Watch me draw my first Artfight attack this year. So ever since my second year of Artfight, I've always made an attempt to attack people who I didn't manage to revenge the previous year. And this year I only had one person that I missed. That being Nadine the Third. I'm sorry if I butchered your username. Either way, so last year they made this beautiful attack on my Stardew Valley OC Morel, who is no longer up on my profile because I decided to change him. So yeah, either way, they made this attack, so I bookmarked their character, the Corsair, which is actually a Doctor Who character. I am not much into Doctor Who, but from what I understand, they don't really have a canon character design. So this is a fan and imagination of what this character could have looked like, which I think is really cool. I also just really wanted to draw a pirate lady. So yeah. I only had her bookmarked from last year, but I also saw that her bird Peter was also a character, so I decided to draw him as well. Actually, when I picked her, I think I was planning to draw her with my OC Percival Miller because he was a pirate. But when I started drawing, I felt like I didn't really have the mental capacity to start with such a piece. So I thought I would do something more in my wheelhouse and just do a simple character piece. But even so, I did get to draw a parrot, and I've never drawn that type of bird before, so at least I learned one thing new. Also, if you have keen eyes, you probably noticed that in my sketch, Peter's tail is much longer. Yeah, that's because I actually drew him as the wrong bird at first. Not the wrong bird, but the wrong type of parrot. I drew him as that stereotypical, like, red, like, the type of pirate parrot you always imagine, but he's actually an African gray parrot, which one is gray and also has a much shorter tail. I did struggle a bit on figuring out their designs. Nothing on the creator's fault. I personally enjoy the surprise aspect of Artfight, so I actively don't ask about characters' design as to keep the surprise, which does make it a bit more complicated when I struggle to understand designs. But again, that is completely me. And from what I understand, I did only do like minimal changes to the design, mostly on the captain's outfit, which they didn't have anything against that on their do's and do nots, so I think that was fine. And they actually told me that they really liked it. So, yay! But either way, this is the finished project. I think it turned out really well, and I hope you check out me and Nadine the Third on Artfight.